Hi, I'm Brandon Huber. I'm a longtime flower show enthusiast. I started going to the flower show when I was young with my parents, probably 6 or 7. Some of my cactus are even still with me today. I'm also a full-time horticulture student at Temple Ambler University, and I work part-time for Meadowbrook Farm. So here's one of my Haworthias. This plant actually, I got it when it was a little tiny starter back probably at the flower show back in probably 97 or so. I was I was like 7 or 8 years old at the time, so I've been a long time at flower show. I've been going to the flower show with my parents since I was little. So I started, I guess that's kind of grew on me. I started picking up some plants at the flower show as little starters, and I grew them on, and this plant's carried on with me for a long time. And you may see this at the show. This is a challenge plant for this upcoming flower show. I purchased this back in September. It was a little starter in a little 2.5 inch pot. Even in a greenhouse, this would be difficult to tackle, but this plant's been doing pretty well. Just some moderate pinching on the side to form a nice structured plant, and this flower here, I don't know if this is going to hold for the flower show. I don't grow in a greenhouse or anything, so this is just windsills and lights. This is my prized ribbon here, the Best in Show from 2009. The Morphalis project I entered, took Best in Show. And the 4 weeks remaining for the show, this will shoot up to be 4 to 5 feet, and it'll be in bloom by then. I've noticed the spikes growing 7 to even 9 inches tall in the 24-hour period of growth. That's how fast and quick this will come into flower. Well, it's been a pleasure to show you all my plants, and I hope that you'll come out to the flower show and see them this spring of 2011. Hope to see you there.
Hi, I'm Leila Peck, and we are in the Shipley Greenhouse. The program was started back in 1974, and we started in April. And the first thing that we grew in the greenhouse was zucchini, and the zucchini was everywhere, absolutely everywhere. We have modified our program slightly since then.
Our focus now is we have a group of teenagers, and this is a hands-on learning horticultural program, and it's geared towards participation and competition in the Philadelphia Flower Show. And we have been doing that for quite a number of years now.
These are the plants that we're going to use for this year's new sprouts who come, and they're going to make their hypertufa molds fresh, and they're going to start with new plants and grow them and enter them in the show.
My name is Avery.
You have to take your gloves off.
I've gone here for 7 years, and I've done sprouts for 3. And Mrs. Peck is my grandma.
Hi, I'm Sammy. I've been here for 12 years. I've been doing sprouts since my freshman year. And yeah, it's really cool.
No, I didn't go
last year.
But like
Sammy and I and our friend Melanie got, what did we get?
we got
Best Blue Ribbon Bulbs of the Day.
yes,
For our bulb garden.
for our bulb garden, and that's always really fun.
Cool.
That was fun.
It's a lot of fun getting ribbons. You get to miss school and you can have lunch down at the Reading Market.
The thing that I like the best about this is that it's a great pressure releaser for the kids. I mean, they get a chance to come into the greenhouse in the middle of their busy day, and they get to work with their hands, and they chat their brains out.
Today is an exciting day. The sprouts get to plant their containers. They've been outside, they've been cured and ready to go.
Yeah, no, that's totally and it looks good. It just looks more visually okay. It's a succulent. It has like flowers and stuff in it, so it looks pretty. But you just have to make sure that it blooms at the right time. Yeah.
So, because you need a couple levels. So maybe you can just get
You can either have like a grass kind of thing down down here, and then these, and then a middle one, and then this one. Or you can just make these the front and just make everything else taller.
One part of it that I really like is the memories that it brings for me. I can always remember as a little kid kind of running around the flower show and seeing all the different shows and everything and just loving it.
And it's really fun because you get to compete with all different people and age groups, and it's something really interesting. You get to see all different kinds of flowers, and it's something I always really enjoy each year.
I love knowing that something that I made and helped create is getting judged by like world-renowned judges and someone saying that, yeah, you're good enough to do this, and I think that's really cool.
I love the flower show because it's the gateway to spring.
Why do I love the flower show? In the weeks leading up to the flower show, if you think that today was intense, it's 5 times as intense. There's this flurry of activity, there's this pressure to get the pots ready, the greenhouse is full of these blooming plants, and it's beautiful, but I'm looking at every little string and every little blossom has to be turned the right way. So there's all this pressure and this, I guess my anal retentiveness comes out. And so then we get to the flower show, and it's early in the morning, and I'm really tired, and the doors open, and it's the flower show.
I'm Dodo Hamilton, known to most people at the Philadelphia Flower Show as Mrs. Samuel M.V. Hamilton, because that is the label on all my wonderful winning plants. I apparently have been showing since 1984, and some of my plants have been showing right along with me all those years. I have a passion, I guess, for horticulture. It is so fabulous to take a seed, put it in the ground or in a pot and watch it grow and develop it, and it's a calming thing and rewarding. I think I started out listening to Ernesta Ballard, who brought the show back, I can't remember when, but she was so enthusiastic about her interest and love of horticulture that it kind of got infectious. It's not a hobby, it's not a business, it's a passion. And I'm very fortunate in having a lot of people help me with my passion. And I couldn't do it all without them. I couldn't do any of it without them. This marvelous plant up here is an Oncidium spatialatum. And I don't know how old it is, but every year it gives us more and more spikes. And these are going to bloom out into the most beautiful yellow flowers. And that's the whole joy of flowers, to have them in bloom out of season. It's kind of an art form in a way that you will get into if you start small. They grow and you grow. It's marvelous. I've met so many people through the years. You know, Walt Fisher and of course Jane Pepper was the absolute best friend of all that I've made in the flower show world. She has been a leader and an inspiration to many, many growers and exhibitors. And it's fun. That's the best part about it. I look forward to it every year. And I think a lot of people in Philadelphia look forward to it every year. Not only in Philadelphia, but from all over the country. We have many people, I understand, that come to enjoy the show, and several bring their plants and exhibit along with the rest of us. It's great. We'll see you at the show.
I'd like to introduce you to my daughter, Alexis.
I've been exhibiting with my mother in the flower show since I was 10 years old, And at first I noticed her growing different challenge plants, and I didn't have an acute interest at first, but I asked her what she was doing, and she took me to the flower show and we looked at other exhibitors' plants, and I thought that it would be nice to grow my own plants, so eventually I began exhibiting with her.
We've been co-exhibiting, well, since 2005 when we first got our challenge plants. And she's actually been very successful at the flower show. She's actually gotten 2 second places with a philodendron challenge plant that she was growing. Mm-hmm. I wanted her to have the same excitement about the garden club and the flower show that I have. And so by getting her involved early, you know, she's really been bitten by the bug. I mean, anybody that goes to the flower show early in the morning when the exhibitors are all putting up their exhibits or bringing in their plants, it's just so contagious. You just have to have it every single year. It's so exciting.
And I just remember walking in and taking in the smell of all the plants, the pollen, the beautiful flowers, and from that moment on I just really knew that this was something that I would enjoy for a long time.
This is a challenge plant from 2 years ago, and you know, it started out as a little plant, and after the show I just took it and I stuck it in one of these pots, and it just grew like crazy, so I broke part of it off and put it in that pot, and in that pot we hope to see you at the flower show.
We're members of the Trevose Horticultural Society. It's been around for, we celebrate I think 80 years. We meet the second Tuesday of the month at Wood River Village. We always have wonderful programs. It's just a wonderful club. Everybody kind of gives advice to everybody else. What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
I think with the novice, we'll start doing a couple pots so you can see what we do. There's nothing really complicated, but this way, you know, you'll be able to know what you do just by watching us. You know, because it's not rocket science. It's fun.
These are allium, a member of the onion family. And they're so tiny. I don't think I've ever had one this small before.
Any more than that? Trevose Horticultural Society had a letter from Pennsylvania Horticultural Society saying they needed volunteers at the flower show. And I signed up. I thought that would be great. So I went down by myself, and I had this really cute little apron, and I served coffee, tea, or believe it or not, bouillon in the morning. Bouillon?
Pretty.
Is it?
Yes.
So anyway, I looked around me and saw all these wonderful things happening. I mean, people planting, you know, showing bulbs, and Walt Fisher and the design people, and I thought, geez, I want to be part of that. And I tried it, and I won, and I loved it, and then I dragged Kathy. And Kathy's like, what are you doing to me? What are you getting me into? And that's how it started. Now Kathy you wouldn't miss it, would you?
No, I wouldn't.
It's a lot of fun.
We make it fun, that's right.
And what
it's not
Walt
work,
Fisher
it's fun.
calls us
the dynamic duo.
Let's pick up the pace, Kathy.
Okay, I'm picking up the pace here.
So what we'll do is simply put some straw on top, water them well, and forget about them till around
end of January.
Yeah, about
Valentine's Day.
You know, count back about 4 weeks from the
flower
show. And then it's fun getting them out.
And then it's nervous breakdown time.
Yes. That too.
Yes.
You let me write it down. I know.
I'm Fran.
I'm Janice.
I'm Ann.
I'm Linus.
I'm Betty.
I'm Dee.
I'm Kathy.
I'm Alice.
I'm Vicky.
I'm Destiny.
And I'm Paul.
And we're
members of the Trevose Horticultural Society. Yay!
Well, this is one of my favorite bulbs. This is not a name class, but this can be in the open class. It's called Brackenhurst. And I grow these for the competition, and then at the awards ceremony, I have these to give out to the people. Well, I worked in a greenhouse, Betty. When I started working there when I was 13 during the war. And I worked there for 7 years. And we used to force bulbs for Mother's Day and Easter. So then we went to the harvest show, and we decided, well, we had a lot of fun, my children and I. So we said, let's try the big time. We'll get in the flower show. And then this will be filled with pots. And here's one here that I planted. You can see it's starting to push. This is a tulip. It's a name class, the Mansella. And it's starting to, the roots are starting to push this up. So then I just push it back down again. That's the contest. I push it down, it pushes back. I push it down. And I keep, of course, I keep the thermometer. And then I can monitor it upstairs through the remote. So I can look and see what the temperature is down there. I built this myself. I put some in the other refrigerator, a normal refrigerator, but this is so much better. And I just take the hose in here and water the whole thing.
Wow.
This is really the guide that we go through. This is the one this year. And it tells in here the bulb classes. So then I develop a strategy. Based on the schedule, I decide how many pots, and then I order the number of the bulbs that's going to do it. So then I keep a record of when I plant them. I've won over 500 ribbons at the show, so yeah.